As-Salaam Alaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. So today I will be doing the rights of the Muslim children according to the Qur'an and Sunnah, and honestly this book is really a good book. Even though it is tiny, it is small, but every small book that I've read so far has been filled with so much knowledge, and they're really beneficial despite them being short, so never judge a small book by its cover. No, better yet, never judge a small book by its size, because I swear these little books be having so many gems and keys and knowledge, and they're really good and beneficial. So I really like this book because it's a quick read, and you could read this in one sitting. If you're a fast reader, you can read it in one sitting. So why this book? So as I mentioned, the book is short, so that's a plus for me, because I love little quick books to read, especially because I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I be busy, so I be having stuff going on. So this book was really simple and easy to read, and it was short and concise, and it got straight to the point with everything. And I'm a parent. I'm a Muslim parent. So reading about the rights of the Muslim children is important, and I feel like we should know the rights of the children as parents, and it will really help us with parenting. So that's why I love reading books that has anything to do with the children, with parenting in Islam. And I think it's super important just to, like I said, learn about the rights and stuff, but especially as a Muslim parent, because we really have to take responsibility of our children. Like, once they get older, they choose their own paths, but we have to set their foundation of Islam. Like, we have to, as I always say, we have to cultivate our children with the teachings of Islam, the teachings of the Sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about the Quran, the 5 pillars. Like, we have to teach our children this, and it's so important to teach them at a young age, as I always say, because kids are sponges, and some parents, they don't think that they should be teaching their children some of these things at a young age, but it's like when they're small and tiny, that's when they absorb everything. They absorb everything, because that's just how their mind is, to absorb things, to imitate you, to copy things. So if you never give your child that opportunity to learn about the religion at a young age, because some people wait until they're a little bit older, but it's best to start while they're absorbing everything, because it will be easier for them to actually know about their religion, have a love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and just learn about being a Muslim and a Muslim child. And a Muslim child at that. So it's super important to know the rights of the children and to educate them with the beauty of Islam. Alright, so the author of the book is Sheikh Dr. Muhammad ibn Umar Bezmul. It is translated by Ihsan ibn Gerard Gonzalez, and the publication is by Authentic Statements. So let's get into talking about the rights of the children. The rights of the children, like I mentioned, is super important to know, and some of the rights of the children is cultivating the children with Islam, teaching them the obligatory matters of Islam, being kind to them, taking care of them, like, giving them shelter, food, all that good stuff. So these are just some examples of the rights of the children. Alright, so I'm going to briefly go over the contents of the book. So it has the introduction, and it has: children are a gift from Allah the Most High, and they are from the adornments of the life of this world. The prophets and the righteous ask for good offspring. Why are we talking about the offspring? When do we perform the favor of the rights of the offspring? How do we perform the rights of the offspring? And then there's the conclusion. And this book only has 56 pages, so I'm going to go over each chapter briefly, and there's like, it's It's only 5 chapters, and then it's the conclusion, but I'm not going to go over the conclusion. I'm just going to go over the 5 chapters briefly. So chapter 1 goes over the children being an adornment of this world, and we also have to understand that they're blessings, but they're also a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are going to be questioned about our children on the Day of Judgment. Chapter 2 goes over the prophets asking for good offspring, and how we should also ask for good offspring as well, and make dua that Allah grant us and bless us with good offspring. When we talk about good offspring, we're meaning, you know, children who are good children, you know, have good character, good qualities, a good person, and also a child that is a good Muslim and understands their religion and everything like that. So that's why it's also important for us as parents to teach them those qualities, to teach them those aspects, to go over certain things, because we're the first thing they encounter. The home, the parents, we're the first thing they encounter, you know, from being a baby until they hit puberty, until, you know, they move out and everything. We're the first thing they see. So it's great to try our best and raise good offspring. And of course, with parenting, we're gonna run into bumps with our kids. It's gonna happen. Like the book mentioned, they are also a test for us. So chapter 3 goes over talking about the offspring, the reasons, and I also just want to mention how it mentions talking about the responsibility, like us having responsibility over our children with raising them and all that good stuff. So like, it's like, this is not this is not a light role, and being a parent should definitely be taken seriously and stuff. I'm not saying be harsh, but it should be taken seriously, because they're our responsibility. Our children are our responsibility. Okay, so chapter 4 goes over when you do the rights of the Muslim children. So it goes over that, but I also want to mention about fitra. So if you don't know what fitra is, everyone is born with it, meaning that everyone is born Muslim. This is the simple way that I can explain it. So everyone is born Muslim, and I didn't know this until I was like 8 or 9 years old, when I was having my Islamic study classes, and my teacher, she told me that everyone's born Muslim, because I said I wasn't born Muslim, but she was like, no, you were born Muslim, and that is fitra. So fitra is when, you know, every soul is naturally born Muslim and have this natural sense of how can I say, have this natural sense to want to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what makes it different is your parents. So basically, say, okay, you know, we are all born Muslim, but then our father or mother, they may be Christian. So if your parents are Christian, then they're going to raise you as a Christian. So that's like the only thing, and I'm going to mention the hadith about that. But yeah, so we're all born Muslim, you know, and I thought that was amazing, just learned about the fitra and everything and stuff, and I'm happy I saw it in this book. I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just learning about fitra, so I was like, yeah, so yep, so that's what fitra is, and I just briefly wanted to go over that. And the last chapter that I will be briefly explaining is they talk about the rights of the child. So that is giving your child a good name. You know, it's always good to give your child a good name. And I fall in love with like the meanings of the names and how the names sound. But yes, that's just me. But I love picking out good names for my child. And let me see, the next one is the akika. So the akika is when, you know, you slaughter for your child, and it's a sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him. But you slaughter on the 7th day, I believe they are born. For boys, they are circumcised, and you slaughter 2 lambs, and for girls, you slaughter 1 lamb. So the akika. and treating them, like I mentioned before, treating them fair, treating them well, raising them properly, and teaching them the importance of the religion and everything like that. There are so many other ones, but those are the ones that I just wanted to mention. And everyone, that's a wrap. So I hope you all get this book. I'm trying to find it. I hope you all get this book. Like I said, it's a quick read, really easy to understand, and as a parent, I think I definitely recommend this book to parents. Like I said, it's a quick read, so y'all can read it in one sitting and stuff like that. You know, you can make at least an hour out your day to read it, because you'll probably finish it in that hour. You know, it's a really good short book, 56 pages. So yeah, so I definitely recommend that book, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I also hope it was beneficial for you all. So I will see you in the next one. As-Salaam Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.